Good morning, Wayne Hills. Last week, Student Council held a fundraiser to be an intern for a day, which was a big success.
Let's take it to Miss Silvestri and Miss Morgan on set to tell us what this event entailed.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Silvestri.
And I'm Miss Morgan.
And we are the Student Council Advisors. We are so excited to announce our latest fundraiser called Intern for a Day, where students are able to see what it's like to be a Wayne Hills staff member. By going through a simple application process and giving a donation to Student Council, students were able to apply to be their favorite staff member's intern.
If selected, they were able to teach a lesson, help the class, and see what happens behind the scenes and more. This awesome day not only acted as a fundraiser for Student Council, but it was a great opportunity for students and staff to get involved and work together. We are so excited to see this fun event become a new tradition here at Wayne Hills.
Thank you so much, Ms. Silvestri and Ms. Morgan, for telling us about this fundraiser. Now let's take a look at a recap of some students who got the chance to be an intern to one of their favorite teachers.
Visualize it. I'll give it something to do. Visualize it. I'll give it something to do.
That looked like so much fun. We got the chance to interview some of these students about their day. So now let's see what they have to say about their experience.
My favorite thing was being able to spend time with one of my favorite teachers.
My favorite part about being an intern, I'd have to say, was maybe just because I take 2 band classes already, symphonic band and AP music theory. So it's kind of interesting to be on the other side of those classes among others and be able to help out with the things that he's usually helping us out with. And it was also really fun to conduct during band.
What I learned from being an intern is being able to manage my time.
So what I learned from being an intern is that there's a lot more to the job than just what we see. There's so much administrative stuff that you have to send out forms for the marching band stuff, getting people approved, and I was wow, there's a lot more that all these teachers do that we don't see.
Thank you. All the students seem like they had a great time, so now let's take it to the teachers and how they enjoyed the day.
My favorite part about having an intern was getting to know one of our students a little bit better and letting her see what we do here during the day and some of the important things we do all day.
My favorite thing about having an intern was that I spent the day with Sophia Kalendowitz. I'll make this quick, but she was my student at Pines Lake before I transferred up here. So I got to spend the day with her now that she's much older, and it was a lot of fun to have more of a business-like relationship rather than her being my student.
So I'm really pleased with how our teacher intern day went, our first annual. Looking forward to next year's as well. Had a great day with Zach Rickus. I think the thing I really enjoyed the most about being with Mr. Rickus for the day was getting him to see all the different responsibilities, the stuff that goes on behind the scene. I've had Zach in class last year for AP Human Geo and this year for International Relations. So he sees me when I'm in front of the classroom, but there's a lot of things that students don't realize, these responsibilities that teachers have to do. And so it was great allowing a student to see what a day with me is through my lens.
Probably bossing him around and telling him what to do.
My favorite thing about having an intern for the day was to have a helping hand. My intern was really helpful. She helped my students with MLA format as we were writing an essay, so it was nice to have a different perspective and see a student help another student.
My favorite part of Intern for a Day was hanging out with one of my favorite students of all time. So that was really nice. We got to catch up. She got to see what happens in the classroom.
My favorite part about having an intern is I had a lot of labs to prep that day, so my intern was able to, on my prep period, set up the labs with me.
I didn't have a lot of time beforehand to prepare the intern, and I think for my particular job, every day is very unique, and you really can't prepare for it. And that's what makes it an exciting and fun job for me. Like, you never know what you're going to expect. But mostly my job is about people.
To prepare him, I gave him a Wayne Hills Social Studies Department shirt, and I made sure I was wearing my boys' soccer shirt, repping our boys' soccer team that Zach is a captain for, and our Social Studies Department that I'm a member of.
I sent her an email prior and told her to make sure she was on time so that we were there to greet our class at 7:10, and that we had a very busy day in our 2 off periods to get some work done.
I think the most important thing I wanted to see is that, like any job, it's the bottom line is whatever job you're doing, it's about interacting with people, respecting people. Unfortunately, right now we're too involved in electronic communication. Whether it be emails or texts or phone calls. I'd like to in person, and by doing that, you can find out what the issues are that person is having more clearly rather than through an email.
It's a good question. I think one of the most important things I wanted Sophia to learn was responsibility, time management, having to make sure that we got to class on time, and our responsibilities of, the students getting done everything they needed to.
And the most important thing I think throughout the experience that I wanted Zach to see is how each class, whether it's a difference in the curriculum, whether it's U.S. versus world, or it's freshmen versus seniors, or maybe a quiet class versus a more talkative class, you have to communicate differently with students. And so I think a lot of people just go up, I'm going to go up in front of the class and say my same thing. Every class has a uniqueness to it. And that's what makes teaching so interesting, sometimes so exhausting. But I wanted Zach to see that, and I think he did get a good grasp of that. So I was really pleased with how the day went.
Well, he wants to be a phys ed teacher in the future, so definitely time management and trying to juggle 3 different types of classes at once. He got a little real-world experience with that.
The most important thing I wanted to teach my intern throughout the experience was just a behind-the-scenes look at what my job was like.
I want them to see that even though we teach 4 or 5 classes a day, that on our prep periods we have a lot of work to do, especially in science where we need to prep labs, that if they cannot get done during the day, that we have to spend time after school working on.
The most important thing that I wanted to teach my intern that day was how to manage the class, because we have some tough classes this year and a lot of different personalities, so it's nice for the interns, or my intern in particular, to see kind of how we manage different kids and different needs and different requirements, learning necessities, things like that.
Thank you all for participating. The day was a huge success. Thank you for watching and have a great day, Wayne Hills.